Hey out there, my friends of YouTube. Today is Whip It Up Wednesday, and I am coming to you with a hearty, settle, yummy in your tummy crock pot dish. It's a very versatile crock pot dish. You can do anything with it. You can use the ingredients that you have. You can switch them up, change them up, and that's what I like about it. If you've watched my other videos, you know that we have all been fighting a yucky bug or virus. So I was actually going to make something, a meat dish, a roast, a pork dish for you guys. And then I decided I'm not, because we all want some type of comfort food today, something that feels warm in our tummies. So I decided just to do an old favorite that I used to throw in my crock pot when I was working and I didn't have much time. You probably have a lot of the ingredients in your kitchen, and you can serve it many different ways. You can serve it over rice, you can serve it over pasta, over potatoes, mashed potatoes, baked potatoes. You can even make some of those yummy buttermilk biscuits and serve it over those if you like. I am just gonna use the ingredients that I have. You could go out and buy special ingredients, and we'll talk about those as we go, but let's start throwing stuff in the crock pot. If you see it behind me, it looks prettier than I do. Let's go. All right, friends, this is not your mama's cooking show, and I do not have everything laid out here perfectly. I am just happy to be a part of this collab. Be sure that you go and check out all of the other dishes that'll be linked below, and check out what they have posted in the past, because there are lots of tasty things on there for you to make at home. And we all know a little bit of simplicity can help. Use your crock pot. It is so easy. So I used to make this a lot when I worked. You can just use your chicken breast frozen. I have been thawing mine in a little bit of water. You could also, if you like, saute and season those up in a skillet before you place them in your crock pot. I am just going to be putting mine in raw. It is about 9:38 this morning. This will cook on low for about 4 or 5 hours, and then we'll see how it's going. We kind of like ours thick and really cooked up, and so we'll see how the time goes on it, but I think it's something that you would really like. So I have a little bit of butter, and I'm actually going to butter the inside of my crock pot instead of putting spray, nonstick spray on it. I have put a half a package of cream cheese in my big measuring cup, and to that I'm going to add a little bit of sour cream. I'm also going to add 2 cans of cream of chicken soup. Again, if you don't have that, use what you have. I have actually done this recipe and used the Fiesta Nacho Soup from Campbell's, which is really good. It's a little bit spicy, but it's really yummy. I have a little bit of broccoli that I need to use. Again, I am using items that I have and items that I need to cook up. You could put spinach in here. You could put whatever you have. If you have leftover veggies, whatever you want to toss in. I have about a half of a small chopped onion. And then back here I have about a third of a 2-pound bag of mixed vegetables, and I am just going to add that to mine. And I think I said sour cream. So I'm gonna see on my wheel of seasonings what I would like to add to my chicken, because I'm gonna add my chicken to my crock pot and get it seasoned up really well before I pour in all of my other ingredients. And then, yes, I will go ahead and top it with the Monterey Jack cheese. If you're not comfortable doing that, you can wait till later on in your cooking cycle to add the Monterey Jack. And again, use whatever cheese you have. I've used Parmesan, I've used mozzarella. I've just used whatever I have on hand. If you have cheddar, use cheddar. Again, mix it up to how you guys like. All right, you're probably gonna hear my dog start to scratch in the background, because if you know me and you know my dogs, that is what they do. They never start until I get busy. I also was going to move my crock pot and put you guys somewhere by a little bit better light, and I just couldn't function because you weren't in my normal spot. Now, one good thing about your crock pot is this morning, while I was doing some dishes and cleaning up, I knew I was going to be using it today, so I turned it on warm, and so it kind of started to heat up If you don't have a lot of time, or if you want to start the process in the morning, you can always do this dish in a pan and then add it to your crock pot. So I have my chicken breast, and I'm just going to lay them in the bottom of my crock pot. They do have that little bit of ice, so I'm going to pop that off of there. Now you could use canned chicken. You could use, if you have turkey left over from Thanksgiving, you could even toss cooked turkey, cooked chicken. If you've grilled chicken and have grilled chicken left, you can put that as well. Now I just season up my meat with whatever I feel like using. I'm actually going to even put a little bit of dill on here. I am almost out of garlic salt, so I'm glad it's time to go to Aldi, because I can't function without my garlic salt. I'm going to put just a little bit of sea salt. I am going to put some black pepper. Again, use the seasonings that you like. It's why I'm not setting them out to show you anything specific, because everyone's taste is different. This is just some onion powder. And yes, I just season the heck out of my meat. Always have, always will. And now I'm just looking for my chives. I'm just going to put a little bit on the meat. Now I am going to add in my broccoli and my onion. I'm trying to think of how we're going to eat this tonight. Probably not rice, because my son used just about all of my rice to soak his iPhone because he dropped it in water. So probably not ice. Now I'm just going to toss in those mixed vegetables. Let me see. Yep, I'm going to use them all. You're going to hear Sasha going crazy. Some of my minced garlic. I'm just going to use what I had left. And then I get to keep my jar, because you guys know I'm obsessed with jars. And now I'm going to slide this back. And I am going to get my cream cheese mixture ready. So in there I have that half a block of cream cheese. I'm going to add a pretty healthy scoop of sour cream. Like I said, I have made this with the Fiesta Nacho Soup. It's by Campbell's, and it's really good. Like I said, a little bit spicy. So since everyone kind of had yucky tummies, I'm not so sure I would probably be making that today. And then I want mine really saucy, because I have a feeling tonight I'm making mine and going to serve it over buttermilk biscuits. So I am going to go ahead and use 2 cans of my cream of chicken. And if you make homemade cream of chicken, or if you want to just use your leftover gravy from Thanksgiving, you could do that as well. Again, whatever your family likes. I mean, it's vegetables. It's kind of a pot pie filling, but it's got cheese in it. So you could, like again, I said it's just versatile. You could do many different things. I used to make this a lot when I worked. I would use leftover chicken, leftover turkey, leftover grilled chicken. Probably nothing saying you couldn't even use hamburger meat in this. Whatever you want to use. So I'm going to stir that up just a little bit with the cream cheese. And I will tell you, as a working mom most of my life, there is nothing saying that you have to even mix this in a bowl. You could probably just dump it all in your crock pot. But I'm going to give mine just a little bit of a stir. Now my chicken will cook out a little bit of liquid, but not a lot. So I am going to add just a dash of milk. And my family will be excited to have this because everyone's been not feeling well. We have been eating, I'm not even for sure what I ate. I think I ate toast 2 different times yesterday. I think Andrea ate some soup. The day before, I didn't really eat a lot. My stomach was growling when I went to bed last night. I was hungry. All right. So I'm just stirring this up with my spatula. And now I'm going to bring my crock pot over and I'm going to just dump this on top. Now at some point in the cooking, I'll mix it all together and that'll be fine and dandy. If you're leaving for the morning and you're not going to be around to mix it, by all means, give it a mix. If you want to cut your chicken into chunks, cut it into chunks. Again, you really just can't go wrong with it. And if our cheese gets a little brown or burned on top, that's how we like it. So that is how we like it. Now to spare a dirty dish, I am just going to grate my cheese right in the pan. Open up my Monterey Jack cheese. Again, this is just what I had on hand. One thing I love about getting meals going, even on the days that I used to work, is I used to absolutely love when my family started to come home at night, the house smelled like food. So it made me feel like, although I wasn't here at all during the day, that I had accomplished something. All right, so this has been out for a bit and doesn't really want to grate. I love Monterey Jack. So we're just gonna get it about as much as we can. All right. So you can see about how much cheese. That's about a half a block. I'm gonna pinch off the rest again to make it about an even half. And now I'm gonna take a little bit of my Parmesan cheese and just use the bigger grate portion. And then I'm just gonna sprinkle it with a little bit of cheap Kraft Parmesan cheese. And I'm gonna top it with chives. We love chives. I got this spice rack for my anniversary. My husband knows I love spices. And I go through tons of chives. It has 5 years of free refills. So I'm getting ready to order up some more chives. All right, I'm just gonna push it back. Let me flip this around. So there you go. Let me get you in there. turning on my burner back there, which is totally dangerous. All right, so it is set. I'm gonna set it on low. Actually, I'm gonna, let's see, it's 10, 11, 12. Andrea may come home early if he is not feeling well today still. So I'm gonna kick it up on high, and then I'll be here to watch it. Again, if you were going to work, you could turn it to low, and we'll be back to check on it in a bit. All right, so it is about 11:39. Let's see. So the cheese has melted. So I am going to go ahead and stir this up. I'm not going to really get down to the chicken. Well, it's getting done. So I'm going to stir this. Yum. Now, if this ends up being too thick, you can always put a little bit of milk in it, or even some chicken broth. And we are going to be eating this on those biscuits, and I cannot wait. All right, I'm going to recover. The chicken is still pretty raw. And we will let it keep cooking. Oh, I'm steaming you guys up. All right, it is about it's a little after 1:08. And I am now able to, I'm stirring this up, and the chicken is just kind of falling apart. Now, you could scoop out your pieces of chicken whole, put them on a plate, and shred them. I am not going to, because I'm not a meat fan. So I will prefer some of this yummy mixture on my biscuit. And then I'm gonna have a side, probably of Brussels sprouts, maybe some green beans, not really sure. But I really don't want the chicken on my plate, so I will save the bigger pieces, and then Andrea will like to have that on his plate. So I am going to actually leave this on low for about another hour. Then it'll be after 2. Then I'm going to turn it over where it just says keep warm, and I will leave it like that until we eat, and then I will show you what it looks like all plated up. But I am not kidding, it smells amazing in here, and Mattia may be wanting his on spaghetti, so we will see when I pick him up. All right, it's 2:15, and I will be turning this just to keep warm. My house smells delicious. Again, I just left those chicken pieces in bigger chunks, and when everyone gets home, I will quickly make the buttermilk biscuits, and there will be a link in the description box for those. All right, and here it is plated up. We will let Mattia try. Let me know if you try this recipe, and I will be talking to you soon. Be sure to click on the other videos for Whip It Up Wednesday, and let me know what videos you tried and you like, and I will be seeing you soon. Take care.